trailing in both fights and out of nowhere knocks out both opponents. How do you prepare for something like that?
I think I never trailed in a fight and came back and won. I think I just won all the time right out the gate. And those other guys that he fought wasn't Kid Chocolate. So I think that's why this fight has been made. It's a big fight for him and a big fight for me. To look at it, I could just say that he's a smart fighter when it comes to being in trouble. So I'm going to definitely watch out for that. But more importantly, it's just being true to myself.
Because beating Kobrov was a big result for him. No one really fancied him that much.
Yeah, a lot of people had him like as the underdog, and he came back in a big way. And I think that's the best thing about boxing, how one punch can change a fight.
What's the chances this fight ends in a knockout?
Well, I think it's any chance because one punch can end the whole fight. And I think I'm getting paid for 12 rounds, so I'm prepared to go 12 rounds. But I don't get paid for overtime, so if I can get them out there early, I will.
Obviously, you had a lot of personal problems going on when you had to vacate the belt. How difficult was that, looking back now, to having to do that?
Well, if I had to do that, I had to do that with my whole life. My whole life has been struggles, and I had to overcome every single one of those struggles that I've been through. That this is going to be no different than that. You know, I never had a family member pass away of cancer. It was hard doing that, but I learned what fighting was all about. When you fight for your life, and you have to come up with the fact that you may not live no more, and that's the hardest thing for me to watch, me and a living person, that now I got control to be prepared for fights.
Did you come out stronger after having an experience
being
like
a
that?
father, of course, made me more inspired, and watching my uncle pass has made me more motivated and inspired about living and doing and accomplishing.
And those struggles you talked about earlier in your life?
Of course, man.
Explain.
I don't struggle looking at nice sweaters like this. I like that kind of sweater like that. Other than that, I'm pretty decent. I'm able to live and breathe.
Is it a hard move to make, giving up the belt? I know you've had some personal issues going on, but just actually physically giving it up, is that a hard decision to make?
Well, I think in that moment, I learned how I could be a bigger man than what a lot of people can put on themselves. That was a big decision to make, and I think that's what brought me to where I'm at right now, is being able to make tough decisions like that all the time. People think losing is easy, but you try winning all the time. Just see what kind of pressure's on you all the time. And I think when I gave up that belt, it really told me who was my friends and who was really there for me.
Does that make you more motivated to try and get it back now, because that you're not fighting for what was your belt before? Does that make you more motivated?
I think what's more encouraging to me is like how long you've been following my career.
Yeah, long time.
So it's like me coming in contact with the same people that's been there. I focus on that, and I focus on those positive reasons that, not only I have built a story for myself, but you as well, watching my legacy and my career go by. So I think I stay encouraged when it comes to that.
Kid, can you talk about technically what's going to go on in this fight, and you have to watch out for his big right hook mostly, or you got to watch out for the straight left too, or a little bit?
I think I got to watch everything in this fight, because we can train and prepare for that right hook, and then he end up throwing the left hand that could be just as big. So I think the most thing that we got to focus in this fight is staying true to the art. It's going to be a chess match, because Andy's a good boxer, so am I. I'm a boxer puncher, and so is he. So this is why this fight is being made. It's no racial war, no Irish versus blacks, blacks versus Cubans, none of those things. This is a great fighter versus great fighter. And I'm just hoping that everybody can be inspired, especially what my hard work has done for me. And everybody has a story that they're trying to build and have a good reason why they fight. And y'all see Saturday night will my good reason to win.